Hello, hello, my fans out there. I want to say a very big thank you to every one of you who always watch my videos. Before I drop them, you have already viewed them. I want to say thank you so much. You are giving me so much encouragement, and I'm truly grateful from the depth of my heart. I'm grateful. Yeah, I'm grateful. I want to say thank you so much. I might not be able to repay you, but I know God in heaven will bless you all for encouraging me to do what I'm doing. Thank you so much. In my last video, I talked about budgeting. I started budgeting, the budgeting, and I gave us a step that we need to take. You know what we need to carry out or write our budget, and I started by categorizing. Said that the step that we need to take is by categorizing the things that we want to see done or want to accomplish. And today I'm going to talk about the next step, which is a calculate budget amount. Now, to get started, you collect as many of your pay slip, your bills and the receipts as many as possible. Put them all together. Then calculate your average monthly gross pay before tax. Okay, by putting up all these things, all these receipts and all of that you have gathered together, either monthly or every week, okay, or twice a week. So if your pay varies substantially, okay, from period to period, okay, from pay period to pay period, try to come up with an accurate or monthly average as possible. Okay, now do the same for any interest, income, dividend, bonuses, or any other miscellaneous incomes that comes into your hand. Now, next, start going through your bills for at least the last 3 months. Start going through the bills the last 3 months. Okay, listing monthly expenses on a budget worksheet. Your monthly expenses, you list them on a worksheet. Then make your categories detailed enough to provide you with useful information, okay, about your spending habits, but not so detailed that you don't become bogged down in trivial details. So not too details, some trivial ones, just ignore them. All right, so remember, this must be something that you will stick to or stick with for the long term. So you don't want it to be too much of a show, right? You must stick to it for a long term. To come up with your monthly budgeted amount for each category, it is important to walk a fine line between realistically reflecting your actual expenses, and then setting targeted spending levels that will enable you to save money. Very important. You don't eat up all your money. You must be able to put all these things together to enable you, at the end of the day, there is something you are keeping aside. Okay, now, even simply fixed costs such as housing or utilities can often be reduced. Yeah, start out by reviewing your bills. Those bills that you gathered, review them one after the other from the last several months, and then entering monthly budgeted amount to cash to each category. Now, later, when you have a better grasp on your spending, you will need to look for ways to reduce many of these expenses. So when you have a better grasp of what you are spending money on, to enable you to reduce areas where you need to cut down, make you discover that when you start this budgeting thing, you realize that there are a lot of things that you are spending money on, irrelevant things. You understand? Then you need to cut them down. Then step 3, record your expenses. Very important. Record your expenses. When you have identified and listed all monthly estimates for your budgeted amount, use your checkbook to record your expenses for the month in the appropriate categories. Now, do not forget to record your cash expenditures. Do not forget. Then jot down in a little notebook as you spend the cash, or scribble them in a piece of paper. As you are spending, be writing down. Don't ignore any detail. Just be writing down, either on a piece of paper or get a jotter where you are scribbling down all the monies you are spending, and stick it in a file, to be categorized and then totaled at the end of the month. You know, it may shock you to know that at your cash go where your cash is going. If you are able to do all of these things, it will shock you to know where your cash is going every month. Especially if you make frequent ATM withdrawals from your bank account. It will shock you where your cash is going to. All right. Okay. Now, subtotal the income and expenses. Okay. Expenses categories, and then subtract the total expenses from the total income to arrive at your net income. Hope that's clear. Now, if you have recorded all your income and expenditures for the month, this will this will be the amount of money you have left for savings, emergency fund, and etc. All right. So if the number is negative, then your expenses are greater than your income. If the number you get after doing all of this is negative, it shows that your expenses is more than your income. So do not get discouraged. Not be discouraged. Chances are that your situation can be greatly improved by changing your spending habit. If you change your spending habit, definitely your situation will improve. That one is guaranteed. Okay. So if you are fortunate enough to have positive income, oh wow, all kudos to you. Now be sure to transfer most of it to a savings or investment account at the end of each month. Don't go and look for one Gucci bag or Gucci shoe to buy because you feel you have extra. Divert that money to an investment. Divert it to your savings account. Very important. Very important. Extra cash left in a regular checking account has a way of getting spent. Yeah, that's the way of getting spent. Okay, so I'm going to be stopping this video, or let me quickly run through the fourth goal, or the fourth step. Set goals and adjust. Set goals and adjust. After you have tracked your actual spending for a month or two, you will be better able to identify when you can comfortably make cuts and adjustments to start saving money. After you have done all of this, so you can now start doing some adjustment, set some smart goals, set some goals, and see how you can adjust, that you can save some extra money. Consider this a process of self-discovery. Many people do not have a clear idea where their money goes to. Yes, some of you listening to me, you don't even know where your money goes to. You just know that you receive money, and how the money gets finished, you don't have an idea. And I want you to change the narrative this year, 2024. Yeah, you can. It's possible. If you are listening to me and ready to do all that I'm telling you to do, you can change the narrative. Now, they start tracking their spending, and then they usually shocked at how much they spend in certain categories over months or several months time. You cannot control your money until you know how much you have and where it goes. Until you know how much you have and where your money is going, you can't control money. You can't control money, and you will having problems in your home. Okay, so once you have got the budgeting process in place, take an in-depth look at your largest spending categories. Brainstorm about ways to reduce spending in specific categories. Brainstorm, think. That's why couples need to sit together. The two of you will brainstorm. This area we're spending money on, is it food, is it housing, is it, you need to cut down to reduce, so you can have money for investment, you can have money for savings. Okay, and then set realistic goals. Do not overlook the similar spending categories either. Sometimes these are the easiest to make cut in, because the spending may be more the discriminatory, and smaller amount can add up quickly. Those little amount you think it doesn't matter, before you know, they start adding up to millions. That's why you must take cognizance of those small spendings. Okay, now if you stick with the budgeting process past the first month or two, you will begin to see a pattern in your spending, and you will be able to identify areas where you can possibly save money that you can use to build an emergency fund or save for an important purchase or a goal. Now, cutting costs becomes a challenge that can be rewarding, specifically as you see your savings grow. Following a budget can set you free from the burden of debts and then the constant worry that you will not be able to obtain your financial goals. So please do all of this. It will amaze you that you'll be able to save money. All those extra money that you will spend unnecessarily, you divert it to your savings, divert it to one investment, to one goal, to one thing or the other meaningful. It will amaze you. As those little things that you throw your eyes away from, they can amount to millions of naira. Thank you so much. I remain your host, Tina Martins. Hope to see you in my next video. God bless you.